After The Dark and Heavy Taxi Driver by Martin Scorsese, I wanted to watch something lighter. I had been meaning to see the comedy Superbad for a while, since I had heard a lot about it, and I figured that there wouldn't be a better moment than this. Superbad was released in 2007 and directed by Greg Patola, whom I already considered talented because of the movie Paul, even though that the film came out later. The screenplay was written by Seth Rogen, who also starred in the film. With a budget of 20 million, the movie grossed $121 million at the box office and received 5 MTV Movie Awards nominations, including Best Movie. The story follows two high school nerds, Seth and Evan. They're not popular. They get bullied at school and have no success with girls. As graduations approach, they realize with horror that they're still virgins. They decide to do something about it and find out that their friend Jules is having a party. To get in, they decide to buy an alcohol for the party with the help of their friend Fogel, who has a fake ID. While watching, I thought that this film was a slightly grown-out version of American Pie in terms of humor. It's full of vulgar jokes, but that doesn't make it bad for me at all. Sometimes I sat there laughing, covering my face with my hand in embarrassment and thinking, this is so stupid, but damn it's funny. Other times, I just laughed out loud because the jokes are genuinely good. But on the other hand, the vulgarity works for the plot and the message. Because it's a story about teenagers with the typical teenage problems like how to be cool. But in general, the film actually does a very good job of showing the themes of growing up and friendship, even with its distinctive style. The main motivation of the characters is sex, because they're afraid of going to college as virgins. But the real fear here is completely different. Sex is just the easiest and most understandable topic for teenagers to talk about. The true fear is separation and loss of friendship. The characters are simply afraid to admit that they're afraid of drifting apart. The characters are going to different colleges, and they just can't be friends like they were before, which is also part of maturing to find your own way in life. In the end of the film, they accept it and go their separate ways, knowing that their friendship won't disappear. But what stood out to me the most was the coming-of-age arc of the two cop buddies. They're basically teenagers in adult men's bodies. Their naive motivation to prove Fogel that cops can be cool leads them to the party like teenagers, drinking, shooting guns, and doing other crazy stuff. But by the end, they realize that they can't keep acting like that and start taking responsibility. The film also has a very light atmosphere. It shows graduation with an unknown adult life ahead. No one is overthinking things. Everyone just wants to have fun at parties one last time, and the film conveys this feeling of carefreeness very well. It was thanks to Superbad that mainstream audience got to know actors like Jonah Hill, who plays his usual best friend role perfectly here. Emma Stone, although she doesn't appear that often, but she did a great job playing the typical high school beauty, and after this role, her career quickly took off. And of course, Christopher Mintz-Plasse, who is in my opinion the star of this film, and who was just perfect for the role. I just can't imagine anyone else who could have played the guy who called himself McLovin as good as he did. It's just unreal. But what I enjoyed most were the cops played by Seth Rogen and Bill Hader. They perfectly played the role of laid-back, overgrown teenagers in adult bodies. They're just fun to watch and their jokes are really cool. In the end, I give this film a like. Superbad is light, silly, but damn sincere, and most importantly, very funny comedy that skillfully combines absurd and inventive humor with a genuinely honest theme. This movie feels like the last day of school. Chaotic, loud, awkward, but unforgettable. After this film, Seth Rogen started being taken seriously as a comedy screenwriter, and in my opinion, absolutely deservedly so. And yes, this may be obvious, but I still say it. If you don't like crude or openly silly humor, this movie is not for you. And just warning, don't watch this movie with your family. This is definitely not the kind of comedy you wish to give at the family night. And that's all. If you really enjoyed this video, like and subscribe. And of course, love movies and watch movies. Bye.